Hello, darling. I just did a quick meditation before starting today's reading, and I was guided to meditate with my eyes open, and I was watching my candle as it was lighting. And it was really bizarre because I lit the wick. The wick almost completely lost its flame and then sparked back up. And then as the wax was falling down the candle, it was stacking up on the side, okay? This is all symbolism and imagery. And it struck me as peculiar. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? It's falling, but it's rising. The more the wax falls, it's just stacking up higher. And I felt like either someone specifically, or this is the collective energy, is in an ascension retrograde. Okay, I don't even know if that's a thing. I've never heard of it before. But essentially, it's this feeling like we're falling deeper into the depths. It feels like we're descending, but truly, it's part of a grander rising energy, okay? It's part of a bigger rising energy. There's something about using the momentum of the polarities to get momentum to move forward in this ascension. So this message is definitely going to be for people who feel like maybe things don't feel like they're panning out the way that you want them to. It doesn't seem like things are turning out the way we want them to, but Spirit is here to encourage you that this is part of it getting to where it's supposed to go, getting to where you're supposed to go. This is part of the process. Okay? I just feel like doing some extra clearing real quick. I'm going to get into the card reading right now, but that felt important, so I'm going to mention it. And I am being told gratitude. There's the candle. Yep, I just got confirmed. They're like, this is about the reading. That was about the reading. There's something here about being grateful for the momentum that the downswings bring your progression, okay? Power. There's power behind the downswings. Have gratitude for it because you're heading into an upswing. You're heading into an ascension. This is just an ascension retrograde. It's not truly descending. You're not truly descending. You're not truly falling back. You're not truly falling. You're actually rising. It's illusion, okay? Spirit, my higher self, my darling's higher self, thank you so much for using me as a channel to guide and instruct. I ask for the most clear and concise messages, information, feelings, and sensations to flow through me for the betterment of my darling and for the highest good of everyone involved. Thank you so much, Spirit. And I have to just say thank you all for the generous and warm welcome back. I feel so honored to be doing this again. Not being on readings as much in 2024, it truly left a part of me feeling empty. And so the fact that I get to re-tap into the collective energy and share the insights that come through and learn myself, it's a humbling honor to be back on here. Thank you for welcoming me back, and thank you for being here now. All right, let's get this ascension retrograde jealousy. Whew. So because we feel like we're falling behind, there might be this energy that's like, am I just like the one that's left out? Am I going to be the one that's left out? Am I the one that things just don't move forward with? It feels like other people are more progressed or have better opportunities, or just how do people get further ahead? Do they pay their way forward? What's the secret here that I'm missing? It feels like looking at other people's situations, looking at other people's progress, and feeling like there's something that you're missing. Okay. What else do you want me to know, Spirit? That's a stack. Relief, healer, time, new moon. Have we already had the new moon in Aquarius? I don't recall. I'm not an astrologist. I'm not an astrologer. If someone knows the astrology, when's the next new moon? Which one is it? Okay. There's something here about setting intentions for the next new moon. To have like a gratitude space for all the polarities, for all the swings, for the law of rhythm, the backswings and upswings, okay? These ascension retrograde. There's something here to like be intentional about the space. I'm feeling like negative space. Not like it's a negative space, like it's a bad space, but just there's something here about appreciating like the negative space that provides room for new growth, for new ideas, for new epiphanies. There's something that happens in these downswings, in these ascension retrograde feelings that provides space. It's like pruning. Pruning the dead ends off the plants. It's like removing, things get removed and things feel like you're trimming things off and making things thinner, thinning out something. But it's for a regrowth. There's something here about recognizing the time that it takes to relieve your spirit and yourself of any of these like negative tendrils is really a blessing to be grateful for. It's like, don't look at the absence of something growing and feel like you have less. Look at the absence of dis-ease and pessimism and whatever was in your environment that was fueling these things within your spirit or within your mind. Look at the absence of it as a blessing for regrowth, okay? And maybe you've already been in that space. Maybe that's not new information for someone. And there's like this emphasis that trimming those limbs can cause, like, I know for sure, like, whenever I have trimmed my plants, when I've pruned them, every snip I'm like, oh, I don't know. Is that too much? Is that too much? Am I trimming too much? Am I going to like hurt this plant more by doing this? And there's something here about like, maybe you've recognized that you're getting very good at pruning your spirit. You're getting very used to these negative spaces for regrowth. Knowledge, yeah, you're thank you, Spirit. I'm not talking to someone who needs the reassurance per se, not desperately at least. It's someone who's very aware of the benefit of these negative spaces. I'm hearing like black matter, like in the universe, but I'm not a scientist. Divinity. Oh, almost dropped. And these want to pop up. What is it? Focus, truth. Yes. And these negative spaces, these ascension retrograde phases, when you approach them with the knowledge that regrowth is happening, that is you stepping into divine truth. That is you focusing on divine truth for yourself. And that's what makes it possible. That's what makes it possible. Transformation. Yeah. Transformation. Butterflies could be a good symbol that you're seeing right now. Knowledge. Specifically like an orange monarch, because I'm looking at my orange candle. And that, wherever that was, I lost it. Where did you go? Transformation. There we go. That's orange too. So something could be transforming within your sacral chakra, your creativity, where you feel the most fertile in your life. There's something about tapping into negative space. Now I'm getting like the art style. Is it called negative space? It's like very simple lines. You utilize the negative space in the art on the canvas to create the piece, like it's based off that. There's something here about you using the negative space as the focus point. The focus point. Okay, let's get tarot. 9 of Pentacles at the bottom. I am going to continue shuffling, but this is just a nod off to you using, it's like instead of focusing on the fact that you don't have the 10th pentacle, the negative space, it's like the 9 of Pentacles energy is like, I'm looking at all that I have grown so far and I know how to create the 10th pentacle. It's just a matter of appreciating the fact that I will get to experience that there's space in my life for that the 10th pentacle, strength. This is something that you've had to build strength. It's feeling that gratitude and having that confidence to know that this space, I feel like liminal space, is meant, it's a placeholder. It's a placeholder. Okay. All right, Spirit, give me a signifier for my darling. 4 of Pentacles. So there is something that we're still holding on to. Maybe we still have a hard time with the initiation of letting go, of investing. And when things feel scarce, there can be that fear. I feel like because this tends to happen in seasons where you feel like you finally got it all balanced and figured out, you like, I've got my ducks in a row. And then we get this like ascension retrograde, this negative space, things pruning out of our mind, body, spirit, of our life. And there's this feeling of like, but I just had it. I just had it. And I'm in an environment where everyone else has it too. Like I feel like I'm supposed to be in the same, I'm in the environment of people who have it, and I just had it. So there could be a little bit of a struggle with releasing what needs to be pruned, or investing further in that negative space for growth. Okay, Spirit, what else do you want to come in here? What is the situation? 10 of Cups, happiness, complete fulfillment, enlightenment, connection, euphoria. We feel like we reach a state of euphoria, of understanding the meaning of all, of feeling the deepness, the deep gratitude of it all, of seeing the universe and ourself and all of its glory. It's like we have been there so many times. So of course it's hard to let that go. Of course it's hard to let that go. Of course it's hard to say what needs to be removed from perfection. It feels like everything's perfect. Why do things have to be removed? Why do things have to be trimmed? What could possibly get better? I'm content. I'm content. I don't want to have to lose something else. I don't want to have to adapt. I'm content. Okay, what's the blockage? Queen of Swords, the Star. Goodness gracious. Could be I'm getting, there could be a mother figure right now. Aquarius energy, the star. And Aquarius being an air sign for the Queen of Swords. But there could be like a mother wound. And if it's not your specific mother, then it's something about the creative space. Like an empty womb. Like I'm supposed to be creating something. I'm supposed to be pushing something through. This is what's supposed to happen. This is what was, the plan. This is what the plan was. For this being a blockage, it's like, I don't see how losing something or having the empty space right now is a blessing. It's like we're not recognizing. It's like sometimes we forget that trimming off these certain tendrils is necessary. Okay, blockage. What are we aware of? 5 of Swords. We're aware that we're having a hard time with the mental process of this whole situation. We're very aware. We're very aware. It's like we're really pushing to keep things the way we think that they should be kept. There might be like 2 specific people around you or that are involved in a specific situation. One could play a victim mindset, one could be manipulative, and one feels like the middleman. I don't know if like the victim mindset, I'm not sure who is who in this. I'm not sure if this is aspects of ourself. There's an aspect of ourself that is, it feels like an aspect of ourself, like 3 different versions of ourself. There's a version of ourself that's trying to play the middleman. There's between a side of us that feels victimized by having to lose out on something to make room. And then there's the other side of us that's like very proud and like, absolutely not. I'm not wavering on this. No, I'm not going to lose this. There's like the fighter side of us, and then like a very defeated victim side of us, and then there's this middleman side of us that's trying to mitigate and mediate both aspects into neutrality. It's our intuition. It's our connection to God's source energy with the High Priestess on the bottom. It's our soul. Your soul is trying to mediate between these 2 aspects. These 2 aspects can only be found and confronted in the negative space. Because when things are in an upswing and things feel flourishing, these 2 can sneakily step in as like a leader, an ego leader, and think that they're in charge. So the only place that we can see and really handle these aspects of ourselves is in the negative space. There's aspects of this side of us, of these sides of us that need to be, that's the tendrils that need to be pruned. Because these sides of us, this aspect of us, the defeated and the controlling side, these aspects don't want to let go. And they don't really see a way forward. They like things as it is. These are sort of the fuel for stagnation in a sense. And unfortunately, law of rhythm, nothing is stagnant. But they really resist the downswings. They really resist these feelings of like dissension, ascension retrograde symptoms. This feels like, it feels like we're having a hard time with our soul too. Both like having a hard time with the creative, like mother energy, the mother like archetype energy that both wants to raise and create and be fertile and set the rules, set the tone. But there's also this feeling of like your soul stepping in and taking authority, and that is like the part that we're struggling with. But it's like we're aware of it. Okay, yeah, we're aware of it, Temperance. We're very much aware of it. This has been brought to light. We're like, I know I need to transmute that energy. How can I work with that energy? It's not eradicate the energy. It's how do I work with that energy? Okay. What are we not aware of? What is unseen? Stewing deep beneath the surface. The Chariot, the Page of Swords. There's so many swords. Cancer energy. I'm getting how we're constantly looking away from what's actually sending us forward, right? It's like it's all... Oh, it's like what we don't realize is that when we get stuck in these mental spaces where we're stuck on the negative space or things being removed, it feels permanent. We don't see the fact that like time is fluid and we can look forward to a timeline where this has already passed. We've already overcome this. This is just part of the rhythm of energy. It's like we don't take a look at the fact that this is temporary, that this is a stepping stone, that this is the path forward. Okay, so there's some, like, that's just temporary though, because very easily he could just turn his head and see it. So there's something here about like actively turning head. And now I'm visualizing the way an owl can turn their head. Like, is it basically, it's not totally 360 degrees, right? But it looks like it. I don't know much about owls. But the wisdom of the owl, they wait till the world sleeps to catch their prey. They're birds of prey. They come out at night and they're very wise. They see things from a broader perspective and they can see things in the dark. There's something here about like adapting spiritual nocturnal vision so that we can see in these negative spaces and this like in this negative space. We need to be able to see it for what it is. Death, also unseen. The transformation, pruning. We don't see it as a necessary step in the transformation. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Gosh, we really don't. We've really forgot that this is part of it, haven't we? It's like we know it, but then we forget it in the moment. We know it and we forget it in the moment. But then right after that, Page of Wands, Temperance again, the Devil, 10 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. It's like we forget that this is just a temporary downswing. We forget, and then a new opportunity arises and we get to transmute and transform those negative spaces, any attachments. We get to prune those out and then regrowth and reseeding. Not receding, but like planting seeds. Reseeding. Coming back into full spiritual harvest. we don't see that. Like, we saw the 9 of Pentacles earlier, and then we got that 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. It's like it's a choice. It's a choice to either be in attachment or non-attachment. It's a choice to be in gratitude or non-gratitude. It's a choice to love our experience unconditionally or conditionally. It's a choice. And this is something that's changing within us. It's like we get practice on the spiritual plane by circumstances in the physical plane ebbing and flowing. Okay. I was about to ask what happened in the past, so I'll take those. 7 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. We didn't see that something was bearing fruit, even though it was. In the past, we've struggled with that belief that, like, if we don't see it, then it's not happening. It's like we only judged ourselves in life by the fruits and not by the roots. And Spirit is like trying to transform the idea into tending to the roots. Tending to the roots, letting that take time. Letting it take time. It's okay if that tree doesn't bear fruit for years. If you're tending to the roots, then you'll have a greater harvest. It's like I feel like we've been very untrusting of ourselves and our intuition because there haven't been fruits yet. But there's this insistence right now because of this experience that's teaching us how to value our roots. See the value of the roots first, and then you will produce fruit. Okay, what is coming up? What is upcoming? You're gonna value the roots. You're gonna be that center, still, and knowing place between the polarities. It's like I'm feeling like a conductor. Like, is that the word? Am I thinking of the right word? Like a symphony conductor. It's like you're observing and you're conducting and you're instructing and you're leading, and all of these pieces come together. The highs and the lows, the bass, the treble. And you're stepping into a place of knowing, I've got this. I've got this. I love that. Okay. How are others going to perceive this? How is this going to be perceived? I guess from a duality standpoint. The world, great success, completion, something finally closing out for you, something finally like reaching that finish line. And you're just like, I really did it. It's a feeling like people are just recognizing you had what it took the whole time. You could be recognized worldwide for this. Doesn't have to be. But you could be. I feel like people will just recognize that you have so much knowledge and wisdom and experience under your belt. And they're going to see that, like, for everything that you've earned, like you did this all on your own. You did this all on your own. And there's this recognition of like, the amount of fortitude and strength it takes to take yourself from euphoria to the underworld, right? The amount of fortitude it takes to be able to survive and remain planted and remain still and calm and conducting of both polarities. I feel like you'll be walking like people just admiring your walk within your spirit. There's something about like your path is yours and yours alone, and you've made it, you've paved it, you've walked it, and now you're sharing it. I feel like I'm getting the isolation of the hermit, okay? It feels like there are people who are like, I could never do what they did because I need others to recognize what I'm doing when I'm doing it. And so I feel like you really inspire others to be like, whether you're on your own or you have a support system or you don't, or you've had to cut people out or whatever the circumstance is, there's something here about just the solidness in your solidarity and your isolation. Like even if you're, I'm just kidding, like even if you're not alone, you're very much like someone who values the solitude. Okay. How does Darling feel about this? 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles. There's something here about like recognizing that what you have to offer is something that is needed. It's something that's needed to be shared. And so I do feel like there's this excitement that you'll finally, re-enter a place of sharing what you have learned, sharing what you have accumulated. There's this, like, when you came out as the 4 of Pentacles as your signifier, it was like holding on to things, holding on to it, not wanting to let things go. And in the 6 of Pentacles, that the difference being the 2 of Pentacles, is you like, I have a choice to give my energy a direction here. And I choose to give my energy to others. I choose to give my wisdom to others. I choose to be generous. I don't choose to invest in fear dynamics anymore. I don't choose to focus more on what I'm losing. I'm choosing to see the growth, and I'm choosing to feed others with that growth. I'm choosing to trust the growth. It's very empowered. It's very empowered. Okay. Darling's greatest fears. Page of Wands, that's not a great fear. That's not a great fear. Unless it means starting over from scratch. Maybe, the Wands can be a spirit card, a soul card. So there's something here about like, what if I just never evolve as a spirit? What if I'm always just in a learning position? And you will always be in a learning position because we're all just the universe learning and experiencing itself in many different avenues, and unless you have conscious awareness of every single different avenue that the universe is experiencing itself, you'll always learn. But there's also this like, instead of fearing it, there's this excitement to learn about all the different facets of the universe expressing itself through you and what you witness. Okay. And the outcome. Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands. Well, I do feel like the outcome is this is kind of a funny energy, because it's like very clear to you at some point that I have done so much spiritual work. I have definitely spiritually evolved. I'm no longer like worried about this missing wand, or worried about having to, you know, keep what's mine safe from others. There's this thing about like finally laying down the heaviness. I know that these are typically viewed as sort of difficult cards, but I'm getting just this feeling of I did it. I'm getting, with the wands coming out representing like the spirit, I feel like you feel overflowing in your spirit. It's like my spirit has now taken all of these spiritual experiences. This could be like 10 lifetimes. And maybe we're, you know, having figured out the 10th one this lifetime, but it's like I've done 10 lifetimes of experience. And now my spirit has all of these lessons, and has all of this knowledge, and has all of this fire beneath it, that I don't have to worry if it's just like, am I a brand new soul? Am I still learning? Am I not evolving? It's like, oh no, I am a fully developed, full-grown expression of the universe. This, I feel like this wanted to show too, Knight of Wands. Exactly. It is pride in your spiritual work. It is pride in your evolution. It is the reascension. It's like, whatever comes my way, I know how the law of the universe works. I know how this goes. I'm not afraid of the dragons that I have to slay anymore. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to overcome circumstances. I am well equipped. I am well trained. I am prepared. I have my armor on, and I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm capable of. This is such good energy. Oh, I love it. Page of Cups and the Queen of Wands. And then we get back into that creative, nurturing, fertile energy. Once again, we open that back up. It flows back from us once again. It's like I'm not disconnected. It's not a blockage anymore. Now with my spiritual awareness and my strengths and understanding my unique, experience as an expression of the universe, I understand that I can create exactly what I decide to sow. I can reap exactly what I decide to sow, and it's like intentionally sowing seeds. The intention here is very important. You're like, I am going to use all of the negative space to fill with intention, to fill with fertility and creativity. I'm going to fill that empty womb space with so much life that it creates a new world within and without. Oh my gosh. Okay. Spirit, is there any messages that you want to give my darling here as we close out this? I heard this liminal space is a portal. It's your very own portal. So where you take it and where that connects to is completely wherever you intend. Yes, this is a portal. Two of Wands and Temperance, Sagittarius energy, King of Pentacles. It's a portal to like another tangible reality, another tangible experience. It's like you've successfully created it. You can create a liminal space is just a gateway. This liminal space, this negative space, this pruning is just a gateway. It's a portal. And you have the opportunity to create the doorway rather than stay in the waiting room. 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is really weird. Okay. I just got that, like, the frame of this portal is 5 woods. Okay. WOULDS. 5 woods. It's like turn those woods into will. Someone will know what that means. I'm not supposed to elaborate. Turn the woods into will. Okay? I like this energy. I like this energy. I feel like I'm supposed to pull one card off the top of this and then I'm going to let you go. The prayer, intention setting. There's something here about, in order to connect your woods to will, make sure that your words and your thoughts and your intention feel the soul of every word that you speak and intend in this space, because that is what will grow. That is what will grow. Don't just speak mindlessly. Don't speak dead words. Don't speak dead words. Let every thought, every word you speak be with life, be with fertility. That is so essential right now, okay? All right. I hope that this reading resonated for you. This reading feels phenomenal, and I appreciate if you like this reading, if you could give it a like or a comment. Let me know if it resonated with you. If not, that is okay, but I do appreciate all of you who are here. Okay, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time. I love you so much. Take care, and ta-ta.